parent is a title that cannot be taken away from someone that has a child in their life, even after the child has left the house, at the age of 18, 20, 25, that child will leave your house. But that child leaving your house doesn't mean that you are not their parent anymore. You are still a parent. But parenting is seasonal, it's timed. The title of a parent cannot be taken away from you. But the title of parenting is like an office. That one is seasonal. It's seasonal. So some people say it's 18 years, but it's seasonal. Now, one thing I've noticed about collapse in parenting is that, like I said, parenting is seasonal, but the parents, they don't change. Your children are growing, they are changing, The parenting again is seasonal, but the parents in themselves, they are not changing. The way they have been loving their child since they were toddler is still the same way they are loving that child in their teenage years. No, it shouldn't be. And the way they are disciplining that child when a child was a toddler is the same way they are disciplining that child in their teenage years. For instance, in discipline, you can beat your toddler. You can just spank them. I'm not saying you should abuse your child. You can spank them, when they misbehave. But a teenager, you don't beat them. You don't even use the word discipline. You introduce another kind of discipline, which is called consequence. What do I mean? For instance, you ask them the rule in the house is that you must be at home by 8 p.m. And one day they just show up in the house by 9 p.m. You don't beat them, you don't discipline them, you don't even say anything because they know the consequences. Now you seize their license. So in how to discipline a teenager is like withdrawing their privileges. Like, okay, because you did this, you will not drive this car for 30 days. Because you did this, the insurance, you will be the one to pay the insurance of your car. Because you did this, we will not allow you to go to this, we will not allow you to leave the house for about 2 days or about 3 days, depending on the severity of what they did. So this is more painful to a teenager than beating them. So in parenting, you have to change according to the season. The way you love a toddler must be different from the way you are loving a teenager. And there are two major ingredients that is needed to parent correctly: love and discipline. And under love, you have approval, you have affection, you have availability, because you have to be available in the life of that child. And the way you show that you're available to a toddler will be different from the way you show that you're available to a teenager. So all these things, they are the same principle, but the way you apply them must change within season.